Hey, it's Dr. Amanda from StraightSmile Solutions, StraightSmileSolutions.com, and today we're going to talk a little bit more about white label indirect bonding. That means, how do you get indirect bonding that's accurate, high quality brackets done, sent to you without spending an arm and a leg for any type of classes or anything like that? So we definitely have a solution for that. Right now I'm collaborating with a workflow. You're welcome to contact me if you want to get introduced. You can go to StraightSmileSolutions.com or info@StraightSmileSolutions.com, and I'll be glad to show you a little bit more about how it works. But I'm pretty excited. I've probably seen a couple hundred, if not maybe 500 of these cases. I've seen a fair amount over the last year since they launched. And that's what I've personally seen. That means there's been thousands, if not more, done. But I just want to show you the quality, what it looks like, what to expect, how to get the trays off, and kind of compare it to some of the other ones. So basically, you'll be using my friends at Global. They also do aligner design. They collaborate with a lab in St. Louis called OrDont. I recommend having Global do your setup because they're orthodontists, do an incredible job at the indirect bonding setup. I mean, to the point where I look at these setups and I'm like, oh, I don't even need to change anything. They nail it. You never want to do indirect bonding unless you get to visualize the setup. This is critically important because I work with a lot of doctors who use a lot of different indirect bonding companies, and not all allow you to visualize the setups and approve it. And a lot of times the outcomes are bad. I'll be really honest. So you're spending money on something that's garbage. So it's just not high quality. And a lot of people say they have orthodontists doing it, but they're not US licensed orthodontists. It's completely different. Or they're not trained to the level of a US licensed orthodontist. And even if they have an orthodontist on their team, that doesn't mean that orthodontist is doing that case. There's often just a very untrained technician doing it. So I've seen it all. So this is really one of the only companies that I fully trust, because they do use digital bracket placement as well as they have an orthodontist looking at it. So anyways, just letting you know. Plus, financially, they're actually, if not the lowest price, using the best brackets, it's one of the lowest. So let me show you what it's going to look like now. Some of you tell me you're struggling a little bit with their trays. I don't have any problems with their trays, and I took a look at it here. It's just a slightly different workflow. So basically you can have, and these are really great brackets that they're using. They're using the 3M Unitech brackets. These are really great brackets. These are like the top of the line brackets. So they're not junky brackets from China. These are top of the line brackets that orthodontists would use. These are 022 slot MBT brackets. MBT, it's a type of brackets. It's very common. So if you're not familiar with it, don't stress out. It's just something that's going to be really easy for you to work with. And I do recommend that you do 022 slot. If you don't know what that means, I've got other videos on that. Just let me know. So I recommend one of the options, having your indirect bonding trays segmented into 3 pieces. You can see 1, 2, 3, as well as on this one, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I'm going to show you another one I got from another company. I'm not going to show you which company it is, but this one, sorry, it's about a year old. It's a little yellowed. When it came, the brackets were all falling out of the tray, which is way too flexible. This is not going to work, okay? This is not going to be accurate. And they also don't allow you to view it ahead of time. So that's the problem with these kind of one-piecers, with the flexible material. It's not as accurate as you're going to get with the rigid material, which is part of the reason why I like this material. Now I can show you, I can take it off and I can show you how to peel it off, but keep in mind that these aren't glued on the teeth right now. These are how you're going to take it off to glue it on your patient. Okay, so see how nicely these actually stay in the tray. The tray is relatively rigid. It's like a thick retainer, like almost like an Essex retainer, but it's not so rigid that you can't peel it off. So once you bond it, and I have other videos about how to load it, how much glue to put on the brackets and stuff like that. But you can see even when I dropped it, the brackets didn't fall out because it's holding it all over, not just at the top, not just at the bottom. It's not a slot where you drop it in. It's really holding and gripping the bracket, which I think is the best thing. So you're going to load, etch, prime, bond, load your brackets. I do recommend you have it in thirds because that way, you're not doing too much at one time. You're going to go ahead and have the patient bite down on cotton rolls. And then once you've light cured, you're going to peel this off. And the best way to peel it off for me is from the lingual, just to peel it. But you can also, you know, if you want to, you can try using a scissor and peel it off that way. Worst comes to worst, you can always use a high speed, but that's really not necessary. Remember, save these trays, because if something happens and you break a bracket, you know, sometimes you can just go ahead and just section that one piece off and you can use it to replace it. So just a suggestion. But anyways, I'm really just very satisfied with this workflow. And I think you'll be really happy about this indirect bonding, how it works, everything like that. So I do definitely recommend it. And price point is around, I know it's well less than $400 for upper and lower with the trays, with the digital planning, with the orthodontist review. The orthodontist does digital planning, and also with the brackets, the 3M Unitech 022 MBT brackets. All this is included with the planning as well. So there are a lot of other companies that charge extra for the digital planning and for you to be able to view and approve the setup. So you don't want that. So you're going to get everything that I got here. You know, of course, you're going to have to, of course, purchase your wires and stuff like that. You're going to have to purchase your adhesive, but that's not a big deal. I've got other videos on that. And if you can't find them, just let me know and I'll be glad to send them to you. All right. Thanks so much. Hopefully this was helpful.